So, welcome everybody. Today we will continue with our Django session. And today basically we will be focusing on the state management concept. But before we go ahead, let's revise what we have done in our previous session. So, in our previous session, we had seen how to render an HTML file. Okay, so let's how to do that. First, we have to create a templates folder. Inside the templates folder, we create the HTML file. And in this HTML file, then for rendering this HTML file, we have to go to the views file of our application. And in this file, if I want to render a particular HTML file, we have to use return render method and specify the first parameter as request, then demo list.html and pass the data. Is it okay? So this was how to render the HTML file. Now as Ashwini has asked me to repeat the login part, so let's discuss the login form once again. So for first of all, we need to create the login.html file in our templates folder. So this is our templates folder inside which there is a login.html file. So here you can see we had created the form, and I told you whenever we are creating the form, we have to use a CSRF token method. Then this is the login means label to enter the username and then the password, and then we are submitting. We have used method equal to post, and in this example I'm using the same URL for the get as well as the post section. So now come to the views section, and in the views section here, first we are checking if the request is of type get. Then in the get request we have to render the HTML file. That means the user should be able to see the login file. After that, when the user hits the submit button, we have to accept the username and password. So these are the two variables inside which we are accepting the username and password. And then we are checking if username is prognos and password is p at the rate 123. Then we start the rendering. So we are saying render. If the username and password is correct, we are going to show him the welcome page with the username. And then else we will redirect the user back to the login page. So the user will be sent to the login page. So let me run this page. So let's open the terminal. Python manage.py run server. So this is the URL. So this is the URL, right? My first tab slash login. So this is the login form. And if I enter the invalid credentials, and when you hit the submit button, you can see we are being redirected to the same login page. Then if I enter the correct username and password, then I'm going to see welcome with the username that is Prognos. Now is it clear, Ashwini?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ेंगे अभी. So
Yes,
I will create a different app to explain the session concept. Okay, instead of putting all the codes in one file, I will create a or let me go ahead and create a new project altogether. So let me stop the server here and let's close this folder. And here we will just go to Prognos tuples folder, and here Django demo is there. Let me have state management. Let's open this. Okay, I'll actually create this folder. So let's open Django demo. जो बनाना है उसके ऊपर लेवल पे आपको ओपन करना है. हाँ, so where are we are in Django demo. So now first step is to create the project. So how to create the project? Django hyphen admin start project and the name of the project. So I want to name it as state management. So once this is done, we need to move inside this folder. But what I will do is I will just click on open folder. So we are automatically into that segment. And now let's go to terminal. and here we will create the app. So Python. So Ashwini, just see when I hit dir, I will see manage.py. वो फोल्डर के अंदर आपको होना चाहिए. हाँ, स्टेट मैनेजमेंट के बाहर रह के रन करोगे तो नहीं रन होगा. You have to enter into state management folder. Then we will say Python manage.py, and here I have to start app and the name of the app. So I'll call this as demo app. So here the app has been created with the name demo app. So now we have to go to settings.py file, and in this file we need to make an entry of that app. So here the name of the app is demo app. So the app has been created successfully. Now we will go to the demo app section, and also I told you first thing we have to do is go to urls.py, and here just remove all this code. Then here we have to go for include, and I'll call this as demo app include demo app dot urls. डेमो डी कैपिटल, ये मैंने यूआरएल के लिए स्मॉल डी लिखा है और इधर कैपिटल डी लिखा है. दिस नेम शुड एग्जैक्टली मैच विथ योर ऐप. ओके, और ये नाम कुछ भी हो सकता है, आप अपने चॉइस से ये नाम दे सकते हो. नाउ आई विल जस्ट डू अ सेव एज, एंड आई विल क्रिएट दिस फाइल इनसाइड द डेमो ऐप. So this is the app level urls.py file. Yes, Raghu, hello.
मैम स्क्रीन डिले भी हो रहा है, वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है.
वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है. रुको एक मिनट ना, मैं इंटरनेट.
मेरे में नहीं हो रहा मैम.
Is it okay now? बेटर है पहले से. Okay. So now here you can see that we have admin, we have include section and all. Now we have to this is now we are creating it for the app level, right? We are inside the demo app section. So now we will just say, first of all, I'll always test with hello. My hello thing should work fine. So here I'll just write here views dot hello, and now we have to say from dot import views. Remove this one. Now go to the views file. Always test this one. Okay, so here I'll just write hello, then the parameter is request, and we will import HTTP response. So return HTTP response hello. So let's try this out. So Python manage.py, first I will go for migrate. I think make migration, if you skip that is okay, only migrate should be fine. We don't have to do make migration now. So Python manage.py run server. Now let's go to the server. Demo app slash hello. So you can see the hello message coming up. So this is working fine. So do you remember what is state management? We have discussed this point earlier in our Flash session also. What is state management? Yes, anybody? Please tell me what is state management? Hello? Nobody knows what is state management? You forgot everything?
रिमेम्बर नहीं है मैम.
नहीं रिमेम्बर है, पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे हो?
पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं पर वो
नहीं।
मैनेजमेंट का नहीं याद है।
अच्छा ठीक है. So next week I'll start with the mock sessions for everybody. Okay. So what is state management? I told you, right, whenever the user will log into our website or he is visiting the website, the server will store his information, but the moment he moves to another page, that data is completely deleted. Why? Because HTTP is considered as a stateless protocol. So server does not remember anything about the client. So if we want to remember the information of the server, then we have we have to store the information of the user. We need to use the concept of state management. So what is state management? It is basically maintaining the user information across multiple requests. Is it okay? अगर यूजर ने कोई भी वेबसाइट विजिट किया एंड देन द मोमेंट ही विजिट्स द नेक्स्ट पेज, व्हाट विल हैपन? द डेटा विल गेट कंप्लीटली डिलीटेड. आर यू एबल टू हियर मी एवरीबॉडी?
यस मैम.
समझ में आ रहा है ना? अगर आप कोई वेबसाइट पे विजिट करोगे और आपका जो भी डेटा है, जैसे ऐड टू कार्ट किया वगैरह, तो वो डेटा अगर आप दूसरे पेज पे जाओगे तो क्या होगा? डिलीट हो जाएगा डेटा, बिकॉज HTTP इज अ स्टेटलेस प्रोटोकॉल. सो वी हैव टू डू दिस प्रोग्रामेटिकली. हमको यूजर का इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर करना है एंड देन वी हैव टू एक्सेस दिस इंफॉर्मेशन. ओके, सो दैट इज basically the state management concept. That means maintaining the user information across multiple requests. And I also told you that there are two ways of doing this state management. One is client side and one is server side. अभी याद आ रहा है? One is client side and the other one is server side. So what is client side state management? If information is stored on client's machine, then it is termed as client side state management. And if information is stored on server machine, it's called as सर्वर साइड स्टेट मैनेजमेंट. तो क्लाइंट साइड के अंदर कौन कौन से टेक्निक्स हमने पढ़े हैं, याद करके बताओ मुझे.
Hidden field, query string,
हिडन फील्ड,
query string,
hidden field. Then we have the next one, that is query string. Then
cookies,
cookies. Very good. और फिर दूसरा हो जाता है सर्वर साइड. सो सर्वर साइड में हम यूज कर सकते हैं क्या? सेशन
session, or
and then and database. So one by one we will see this. So first let's start with hidden field. So what we will do is, we will, as we have done in the Flask also, we will create a form. We will accept the user information and then we will pass it to the same form using the hidden field concept. So let's come back and here I will say this hidden demo request. So first I have to display the form. So we will just check if request dot method equal to get. Then what we have to do is we have to say return render and we have to say hidden demo dot html. First parameter is request. This time I am not passing any data. Else then we have to accept the values of username and password. But before that I will just go to this demo app section and I will create a folder called as templates folder, and inside the templates folder I will create one file and I will name this file as hidden demo.html file. Now let's have form method is equal to post table border equals 1 Then we have TR section. Then we will have the TD section. Enter first name. Input type is equal to text. Name is equal to F name. Then here we will have last name, L name. Input type is equal to submit. Value is equal to hidden demo, like this. And in this section, I will add one more TD section where I will be adding the hidden field. So input type is equal to hidden. Name is equal to, let's call this as uname. Value is equal to, currently we do not have the value, but still I'll say अगर कुछ नहीं है तो वो empty दिखाता है, हाँ? So we can just add it. So I have just added one field here, that is uname. Also, I told you in yesterday's session that whenever we are using form, we have to write CSRF underscore token. This is mandatory whenever we are using forms in Django. This is for security purpose. So once we are done with this, let's come to the views section. So first of all, we'll get the username. So request dot form, sorry, post f name. L name is request dot post L name. And let's create uname as f name, some space and L name. And then let me render the same page again, but we will be passing the data here. So here we'll have the data in the form of dictionary. So key is uname, value is also uname. So let's go ahead and try this out. And let's, oh, I did not make the URL entry. So I need to go to app file. Views dot hidden demo. So now I need to just go to this URL. So here the form is being displayed. If you just go to view page source, you can see hidden field is there, but currently its value is empty. So we are not able to store any data. Now let's me just enter some information. And now if you go for view page source, you can see the data is being preserved here in the form of hidden field. So this is almost similar to what we had seen in the Flask concept. Just have a look at the code everybody and let me know if you have understood or not. अगर नहीं समझ में आया है तो फिर से बताऊंगी. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's go for the next one, that is query string example. So let's stop the server here. Okay, so for query string, again let me have the form. So here I will call this as query demo. We will accept the username and password. We will generate this. And now I have to just send the user to a different URL. So what I should do is return redirect to a different URL. Let's say, let's call this as display name. And then here I am writing question mark uname is equal to, let me write like this. So do you remember I explained you this is the query string syntax, that you have the URL question mark name is equal to value. If you want to have f name L name, what you have to do is f name will be present first, then You have to use and symbol. lname is equal to, ये मैंने समझाया था, याद है क्या? क्वेरी स्ट्रिंग ऐसे क्रिएट करते हैं, बताया था मैंने, याद है आपको? ठीक है. So you have the URL $fname and lname. This is how the query string is created. So first see this much, then we will see how to access this information. So let's create the query demo page. So I'll just do a save as, and let's call this as and here I will remove this hidden field. We don't require this hidden field control, and I'll just call this as query demo. So let's run the server again. Oh, I need to make the entry in the URL section also. So let's refer to query demo. Oh, an indentation. Some mistake is there. Line number 18. Okay, this if is misplaced actually. So now we are in the query demo section. Let's enter some data, and when you hit this, redirect is not defined. So redirect has to be imported. So let me just go back. And now you can see that display name is not defined. That's why it's showing me this error, which is okay. But I wanted to show you this part. So this is basically the query string portion. I think you are okay with this one. ये समझ में आ रहा है आपको? डेटा हमने भेज दिया क्वेरी स्ट्रिंग के फॉर्म में टू डिस्प्ले नेम. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's create this display name URL. So now let's go ahead and create display name. Now in this display name you can see fname and lname. So let me just try this one, lname, taking it as para. 1 minute. I'm not sure if it will display or not, so let me just write here return. fname is equal to request dot get. नहीं, ऐसे नहीं मिलेगा. जो URL से आ रहा है वो एज अ पैरामीटर ही आता है, आई थिंक सो. So let me just check this one. Return HTTP response fname lname, and now I need to make the entry of display name. Use dot display name, but in this section I have to mention let me try this, but
लास्ट उससे किया, आर से किया था, RGS से किया था, रिक्वेस्ट डॉट.
हाँ, पर वो फ्लास्क का है ना, ये जैंगो में है. वो ARGS शायद इधर वर्क नहीं करेगा. I don't think so. Just let me check. Request.args नहीं है इधर. Request.args इधर थोड़ा अलग है टेक्निक. मैं जरा ट्राई करती हूँ, अगर होता है तो. नहीं, वो मैच नहीं होगा एक्चुअली. इधर शायद से ना ऐसा टेक्निक है, ऐसा पास करना पड़ता है fname like this. I have to pass. वैशाली रेड्डी URL में भी fname/lname. Did not match. Okay, let me just check this one. रिक्वेस्ट डॉट गेट से शायद मिलेगा, बट उसको यूआरएल ही मैच नहीं होगा तो सॉरी रिक्वेस्ट आई फॉरगॉट। तो रिक्वेस्ट पैरामीटर पहला देना चाहिए, इसलिए वो नहीं आया। मोस्टली दिस शुड वर्क, लेट मी चेक दिस वन। Request dot post dot get. Display names. Okay. Views. Didn't match. Okay, I'll just cross check with this one. Okay, for query string, what we have to do, it is little bit different from what we have covered in Flask. Okay, but most probably I remember this syntax, means we have to give it in a pair of angular brackets, but maybe for two it is not taking. So let's just try with one parameter. One last trial I'll do, otherwise we'll just skip this one and we'll see this later. No, it's still not working. So I'll check this one. Okay, I'm not getting the perfect syntax for this. It's actually easy, but it's just that it's not clicking right now. Also, we will check out the syntax for the cookies. Cookies in Django. So do you remember what's the concept of cookies? Do you remember cookies concept? Anybody? Vishal, Raghu?
यूजर का इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर कर रहता है ना उसके अंदर।
हाँ, लेकिन वो कहाँ स्टोर होता है cookies?
ये ब्राउजर में या यूजर के मशीन में
Correct.
हार्ड डिस्क।
Or how is it different from hidden field and query string? It is not page level. It is stored on the user's either browser or on the machine. That's why it acts like a global information. Right? That is the main difference. Okay. So let's see how to create cookies now. So I'll just refer. So first we will just go for cookie demo request. So first again we will use the form concept. So we will have the form. And we will accept the first name and last name. So let's save this. So So for Flask, what we had seen was create the response object. Then we have to create the cookies. Now here what we will do is we will see how set cookie method is to be used. So we have to set the response object directly HTTP response object. So how do we do that in Django? I'll just cross check with that. So here in the views section, we have rendered the page, we have accepted the last name, and then we may just write here response http response dot set underscore. Okay, directly we have the set underscore cookie method. So first here we have to specify the key and the value would be fname. Similarly, http response dot set cookie, and here the name name, and here we have to specify name. Now let's return. I'll simply return hello, or let's call this as welcome to cookies. I'm just returning a string because one cookie, 1 minute. For returning a string, I have to use HTTP response object only. So if you send the response, along with the response, the cookie will also go to the client. Correct? So here the indentation problem is there. So let's now I have to again create the user for this one. So okay, demo use dot cookie demo. Now let's go to the URL and we will just run this as cookie demo, which has to be inside demo app. Demo app. D is small. Okay. So first I will clear all the cookies which are already there in our browser so that we can see the fresh cookies which have been created. So we have privacy, security, site settings, clear site data. Okay, so all the cookies have been deleted. Now let's go ahead and store this information. str object has no attribute cookies.
ब्लॉक करके करना पड़ेगा शायद।
हाँ
वेरिएबल के लिए
नहीं, वही हमको HTTP रेस्पॉन्स का ही ऑब्जेक्ट लेना पड़ेगा, जैसे फ्लास्क में क्या था। So not here. Here, write response is equal to HTTP text I want in this return. Just get reference of response object, and then this response object we have to call this method set cookie. तब वो जाएगा, हाँ. और रिटर्न हम किसको करेंगे? सो ये सेम क्लास की जैसे क्लास में भी हमने अंडरस्कोर रिस्पांस मेथड यूज किया था, यहाँ पे रिस्पांस मेथड है तो वही यूज करना है और रिस्पांस रेफरेंस ले, and then we have to use the set cookie method. So let's just repeat. And now let's check in the browser's history. So here we have privacy, we have set and cookies and site data. So here you can see that first name and last name, and you can also see this CISRF token is also being sent to the client. So this is first name which has been created here. You can see this is expires when the browser session ends, and the value would be Vaishali. Similarly, we have L name also, and here the content is Reddy. So just look at the code once again. How to create the cookie? This is very much similar to Flask concept. In Flask concept, we were using make underscore response method to get the response object. Here you have to use HTTP response and pass some object, pass some data. Actually, HTTP response is a class. So we are creating the object, or we are getting the reference of response object. Then we are using set underscore cookie method to pass the key and value pair, and return the response object. So when you return, you will be able to see this as an output. Plus, the cookie is also sent to the client's machine. So are you clear with the creation of the cookies? कुकी कैसे बनाना है वो समझ में आ गया सबको?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's see how to fetch the cookie data. So def, and then we will just create one method called as display cookies. Now I want to display this in some say HTML page. So I'll write here f name is equal to, we have to use the get method. So for getting the request.cookies and specify the value. So here we will say request dot cookies and specify the value as f name. L name is equal to request dot cookies L name, and let's say return render request display cookie dot html. And we are going to use the dictionary to pass the f name and L name to this page. So now I need to create this page, that is display cookie.html page. And in this page, we will display the cookie. So here we can write f name and L name. That's all. So let's have it as welcome, like this. Now we will go to the URL section, and since we have made an entry of one more method, that is display cookie, I need to have the entry here. So path display cookie views dot display cookies. So now we need to fetch this URL. So go to this URL. I think somewhere we have to use the get method. Set request of cookies. And get method is used to get the cookie. Request object has no attribute cookies. Let's try this one because it's saying that, okay, so you have to use cookies as capital letter to get the value of the cookie, to fetch the cookie. So I'm repeating once again, for creating the cookie, we are using the object of response. So HTTP response, pass the string, okay, and that will give you the response object. To this response object, we are saying set cookie and key value pair. Again, set cookie, key value pair. This will create the cookies. And after that, we are using display cookies, pass the request, and fname, lname means we are having, means to get the value of the cookie, we are using request and cookies. And in the pair of square bracket, we have to specify the keys to get the value of the cookie. So please let me know, have you understood the cookies concept? सबको आया क्या cookies concept समझ में? हेलो,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
ठीक है, चलो अभी आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's go for the session concept. So now let's go for
टाइम वाला
टाइमर का. हाँ हाँ ठीक है, टाइम के लिए persistent cookie. एक्चुअली वो डायरेक्ट होना चाहिए, मैं ट्राई करती हूँ. import date time. Date time, import date time and time delta. So here, while creating the cookies, expires is equal to date time dot now plus time delta. क्या था, याद नहीं आ रहा
फंक्शन
सिंटैक्स.
मैं बोलूँगा
हाँ बोलो ना.
डेट टाइम डॉट
हाँ.
कट करो, नाउ कट करो, डेट टाइम डॉट डेट टाइम.
नहीं वो इम्पोर्ट, अच्छा ठीक है, नहीं इसमें नाउ चलेगा. रघु इम्पोर्ट किया ना मैंने, तो नाउ. हाँ तो डेट टाइम डॉट नाउ बोलना चाहिए. हाँ
ब्रैकेट प्लस
हाँ
डेट टाइम.
टाइम डेल्टा ना.
डेट टाइम प्लस टाइम डेल्टा.
फिर उसमें आवर्स कुछ है ना.
डेज इज इक्वल टू 30, ऐसा मतलब वो भी लिखा है ब्रैकेट में डाल के टाइम.
इसके अंदर
हाँ, डेज इज इक्वल टू 30.
ये सही नहीं लग रहा है मुझे सिंटैक्स. रुको हाँ, मैं चेक करती हूँ. हाँ, days is equal to 30 लिखा है, ठीक है, तुम सही हो रघु. Okay, let's save this. कहाँ पे error दिखा रहा है? This one. So same thing, we have just added the timestamp for f name. So f name should be persistent cookie now. And let's go ahead and just run the demo cookie once again. And let's type this one. Let's go ahead and check this. So if you observe f name, you can see it is showing me the timestamp when the cookie will expire. Whereas if you go back, you will see L name. For L name, it will say expires when the browser session ends. So same thing, what we have done in Flask, exactly same concept you have to use here. Okay, just use the expires property using the time delta library, date time and time delta library. We have to specify. So this basically means for 30 days the cookie has got created. I think this is okay with everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's go ahead with session. चलेगा सबको, समझ में आया ना यहाँ तक?
Yes, sir.
चलो, फिर let's go for session demo. And first thing we have to do is just display the data. Means first we have to display the form. So here I will call this as session demo .html file. Now let's save this. And just I will change this as session demo. Okay, so coming back to the view section. So we have received the first name and last name. Now we have to store this in session. In Flask, what was the syntax? We just used to write session, and then in the square bracket we were writing f name is equal to f name. This was the syntax we used in Flask. Here we have to use request dot session is f name is equal to f name. So let me just try this one if the syntax is correct or not. Return, just let's try HTTP response hello to just check if the session is being created or not. So I need to make the URL entry for this one. CSRF token is not there. It's there. Message. The cookies are not, but I think I disabled it by mistake while displaying the cookies concept. Something I clicked by mistake. Site settings. Cookies and site data, you can see it is blocked, right? That's why it is showing me this error. Block third-party cookies, no. Allow cookies. Okay. So you can see the hello message. That means the session has got created. Now let's go to this section and I would store this in request dot session lname is equal to lname. So we have created the cookie, return, render, request. Let's have the file with the name display session.html. Now I will not have to pass the value of the session to this page. I can directly go to this page and access the value of the session. So let's do that. So I will just save this file name. Save. And here we will say welcome. Now here what we have to write is request dot session fname request dot session lname. So let's try this out. So if I enter the data as Raghu, could not parse request dot session fname. Session So there we were also using the secret key concept. Here it is not required because if secret is not, then your session request dot session store the value, and how to fetch the value is request dot session and the key, that is the syntax only I am using. It has to be request dot session only. Request dot session, request dot session. Okay, I'll just cross check with this part, because as far as I remember, this is the syntax, but somewhere I think I'm missing out on some part. So that URL query string part and this session I will rectify, and maybe through the mail only I will send you the corrected code. Is it okay, everybody? But in the meanwhile, you can just practice all the other concepts that we have seen. Like first we saw hidden field. What is hidden field? It stores the information in the form of HTML tag, which is being sent to the user. Then query string is which is appended to the URL. Okay, and cookies are small bits of information which are stored on the client's machine, and it may be in the browser instance, or it may be a persistent cookie which is stored in the hard disk or the file system of our computer system. Then these were the client side techniques, and on the server side we have session. So for creating the session, we have seen that request.session follow the name of the session to create the session, and for storing the session, means for fetching the session, I will just cross check and let you know. Okay, so we'll stop here for today. Anyone wants to ask any question till this point? This correction I will send you through email. Okay, anybody has to ask anything regarding today's session? Okay, so I'll end the meeting here. Okay.
you, ma'am.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, bye.
मैम 3 बजे है ना?
3 बजे है ना?